Picture this, it's a frigid January night. Outside, the wind howls like a hungry wolf, tearing at your windows. Inside, you're bundled in 3 sweaters, staring at a heating bill that looks more like a mortgage payment. Sound familiar? Because for millions of us, this is the annual winter nightmare. Our modern heating systems are failing us, costing a fortune, and leaving us shivering with financial dread. But what if I told you there's a different way? A centuries-old, incredibly simple, and shockingly affordable solution discovered by an unlikely group. A way to laugh in the face of winter bills forever. This is where our story begins. Far from the digital chaos and endless consumption, nestled in quiet, rolling farmlands, live the Amish. They're known for their simplicity, their self-reliance, and their profound connection to the land. But what many don't realize is that their lifestyle isn't just about tradition, it's about unparalleled efficiency. While we're wrestling with thermostats and fretting over gas prices, the Amish are toasty warm, often heating their entire homes with minimal effort and virtually no cost. Their secret isn't some ancient magic, it's a brilliant piece of engineering that we've all forgotten. It's called the rocket mass heater. 3 years ago, I met a man named Daniel. Not my friend Daniel, but Daniel from an Amish community, a quiet, strong fellow with hands that looked like they knew every inch of wood and stone. He had this calm, knowing smile as he gestured to a large, clay-covered bench in the corner of his workshop. "This, my friend," he said, his voice a low rumble, "is how we stay warm." This bench, this unassuming lump of earth, was radiating heat like a gentle sun, even though the outside air was biting. He told me it had been lit once, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. My mind was blown. How was this possible? So, what is a rocket mass heater? Forget everything you think you know about wood stoves. This isn't your grandma's smoky, inefficient contraption. A rocket mass heater is an ultra-efficient wood-burning stove designed to capture almost all the heat generated by a small, hot fire before it escapes up the chimney. Instead of losing precious BTUs, it funnels that heat into a massive thermal battery, usually a beautiful bench or wall made of cob, stone, or brick. It's a genius design that prioritizes slow, radiant warmth over fast, fleeting heat. And it's a game changer. You heard me right. $12. Not 12,000, not 1,200, but a measly $12. Daniel showed me the materials: a 55-gallon steel barrel, some firebrick, a few lengths of stovepipe, and a whole lot of mud and straw, cob, he called it, essentially dirt cheap. This isn't some aspirational, DIY project that secretly costs thousands. This is a genuinely accessible, life-changing build that uses salvaged and natural materials. We're talking about heating your home for what you'd spend on a couple of fancy coffees. It's almost criminal how effective it is for so little money. And here's the kicker: once it's built, your fuel cost is practically zero. Daniel explained that they use scavenged wood, fallen branches, even scrap lumber from old barns. No more hauling heavy logs from expensive suppliers, no more chopping down half a forest. The rocket mass heater burns wood so efficiently, so completely, that it dramatically minimizes fuel consumption. We're talking small twigs and branches here, not giant oak logs. Imagine never paying for heating fuel again. Just a walk in the woods, a few fallen branches, and you're set for days. That's true energy independence. Alright, let's peek under the hood of this thermal marvel. The first core component is the burn tunnel. Think of it as the super-hot engine of the rocket mass heater. You feed small pieces of wood into a vertical feed tube, and they drop down into this horizontal burn tunnel. This tunnel creates a highly restricted, high-temperature combustion zone. Air is drawn in, creating an intense, oxygen-rich fire that burns incredibly hot and clean. This is crucial. It's not about a big, roaring blaze, but a small, fierce, concentrated inferno. Directly above the burn tunnel is the heat riser. This is where the magic truly happens. Hot gases and flames from the burn tunnel are forced upwards into this insulated vertical chimney. Because it's insulated, the gases stay incredibly hot, creating a powerful draft, the rocket effect, that sucks more oxygen into the burn tunnel, intensifying the fire. This superheated exhaust then makes a dramatic U-turn, heading down into the system, loaded with almost all of the wood's energy. It's like a thermal roller coaster, extracting every last bit of warmth. Now for the absolute genius part, the thermal mass. After exiting the heat riser, those superheated gases don't just fly out the chimney. Oh no! They're directed through a winding path inside a massive heat-absorbing structure. This is often a bench, a wall, or even part of the floor. Made from materials like cob, earth and straw, stone, brick, or concrete, this mass absorbs and stores almost all of that intense heat. It's essentially a giant, slow-release battery, radiating gentle, comfortable warmth into your home for hours, even days, after the fire has gone out. No more sudden cold spots. Finally, once the gases have snaked their way through the thermal mass, depositing almost all of their heat, what's left? A surprisingly cool exhaust. This cool exhaust then exits through a conventional chimney flue, but with a crucial difference: it contains very little smoke or particulate matter. Because the wood is burned so hot and so completely in the burn tunnel and heat riser, the exhaust is incredibly clean. This isn't just good for your lungs, it's fantastic for the environment. Minimal air pollution, maximum heat capture. It's truly a win-win. Daniel told me, with that calm smile, that the blueprint is simple enough for anyone with basic DIY skills. You don't need a PhD in thermodynamics or a specialized contractor. This isn't rocket science, ironically, even though it's a rocket heater. It requires basic tools that many homesteaders or even suburban dwellers might already have kicking around: a shovel, a wheelbarrow, some buckets, a handsaw, and perhaps some basic masonry tools. The beauty is in its simplicity, its accessibility. If you can build a sturdy raised garden bed, you can build a rocket mass heater. Imagine that. Let's get specific. What exactly are these basic tools? We're not talking power saws and laser levels here. Think, a good old-fashioned shovel for digging the foundation and mixing cob, a sturdy wheelbarrow for transporting materials, buckets for water and sand, a handsaw for cutting formwork or wood, and some basic masonry tools like a trowel and a level for stacking fire bricks. That's pretty much it. The focus is on robust, low-tech construction. It's a return to craftsmanship, without the need for high-tech, expensive equipment. Accessible to everyone, truly. And the aesthetic? This isn't some clunky metal box dominating your living room. The beauty of the rocket mass heater is its versatility. Daniel's was a simple bench, but these systems can be seamlessly integrated into benches, beds, or even the floor of your home. Imagine a warm, cozy bench where you can curl up with a book, or a heated floor underfoot on a frosty morning. It becomes a functional, beautiful piece of furniture or architecture, not just a heating appliance. It's part of your home's character, not just an afterthought. Design freedom, right? Remember how Daniel said his bench stayed warm for 2 days? That wasn't an exaggeration. Rocket mass heaters are so incredibly fuel efficient that they can heat a home for days on a single, small load of wood. Not only are you burning minimal fuel, but you're also getting maximum heat retention. That means less time spent gathering wood, less time tending the fire, and more time enjoying the warmth. It's a paradigm shift in how we think about home heating. Set it and forget it, almost. One of the biggest downsides of traditional wood stoves is the smoke and particulate pollution, both inside and outside. But because the rocket mass heater burns wood so exceptionally hot and clean, it dramatically reduces smoke. We're talking about minimal air pollution. This isn't just an environmental bonus, it's a huge health benefit for those inside the home, especially if you have sensitive lungs. No more choking on acrid fumes or worrying about a smoky chimney irritating your neighbors. Just clean, efficient heat. It's a breath of fresh air, literally. Let's get a little geeky for a second. The reason it burns so clean and hot comes down to physics. The restricted burn tunnel and powerful draft of the heat riser create an environment where fuel and oxygen mix perfectly at extremely high temperatures. This leads to what's called secondary combustion. Gases that would normally escape as smoke in a traditional fire are actually reignited and burned, extracting even more energy. It's essentially a supercharger for your firewood, ensuring almost complete combustion. Every last BTU is put to work, not wasted. So, how does this compare to your typical furnace? Let's break it down. Your modern furnace guzzles fossil fuels, generates massive bills, and its heat often rises to the ceiling, leaving floors cold. Plus, installation? Thousands. Now, the rocket mass heater uses free, scavenged wood, costs $12 to build, heats from the ground up, and provides radiant, even warmth. It's like comparing a gas-guzzling SUV to a super-efficient electric bike. One is a money pit, the other is freedom. The choice, my friends, is becoming incredibly clear. Beyond your wallet, think about the planet. Rocket mass heaters reduce deforestation because they use such small amounts of wood, often just fallen branches that would otherwise decompose. And we just talked about the minimal air pollution, right? This isn't just a sustainable heating solution, it's an environmental superhero. It lessens our reliance on dirty fossil fuels, minimizes our carbon footprint, and promotes a more harmonious relationship with nature. Daniel called it giving back to the earth. Hard to argue with that kind of wisdom, isn't it? That afternoon, as the sun dipped low, casting long shadows across Daniel's farm, he said something that stuck with me. The best solutions often aren't the newest, but the simplest. We just remember what works. That's the essence of the Amish approach. They don't chase trends, they perfect timeless principles. The rocket mass heater is a testament to this philosophy, elegant in its design, powerful in its function, and utterly practical for anyone seeking independence from an increasingly expensive and unreliable grid. Sometimes, the old ways are truly the best ways. And this is definitely one of them. So, how do you even get started? While we can't give you every single detail in this video, the general blueprint involves a few key steps. First, you'll need a solid, fireproof foundation. Then, construct the burn tunnel and the heat riser, typically from fire brick or other high-temperature materials, often encased in a 55-gallon steel barrel. Next, you build the thermal mass, carving out channels for the exhaust gases. Finally, you connect the exhaust flue to safely vent the now-cooled gases outdoors. It's a sequence of logical steps, each building on the last. Now, before you grab a shovel and a barrel, a huge, absolutely non-negotiable word of caution: safety. This is a powerful heating appliance, and if built incorrectly, it can be extremely dangerous. Proper ventilation is critical to prevent smoke and carbon monoxide buildup inside your home. Clearances to combustibles are equally vital. You do not want your amazing $12 heater to become a $12,000 house fire. Research, research, research. Consult experts, follow detailed plans, and double-check everything. Your safety, and your home's, is paramount. This isn't a game. Specifically, every single home with a rocket mass heater, or any wood-burning appliance for that matter, must have working carbon monoxide detectors. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer, odorless and invisible. Even with perfect ventilation, a malfunction or blockage can occur. These detectors are cheap, easy to install, and absolutely non-negotiable. Place them near sleeping areas and on every level of your home. It's a small investment for massive peace of mind. Seriously, don't skimp on this one. It could literally save your life. Another critical safety point is proper clearances to combustible materials. That superhot heat riser and the internal parts of the thermal mass can reach extremely high temperatures. You need adequate space between these hot surfaces and any wood, drywall, insulation, or other flammable building materials. Always follow recommended clearance guidelines from reputable building codes and rocket mass heater experts. Don't eyeball it. Use non-combustible materials like fireboard or rock wool insulation to create fireproof barriers where necessary. Better safe than sorry, always. It's easy to get caught up in the too good to be true vibe, right? But the beauty is, rocket mass heaters aren't new. They've been honed and refined by countless individuals and communities for decades. From off-gridders in the Pacific Northwest to homesteaders in Appalachia, people are building these systems and reporting incredible results. They're escaping the utility trap, living more sustainably, and enjoying a quality of warmth that traditional furnaces simply can't provide. This isn't just a niche trend, it's a quiet revolution gaining serious momentum. One of the most popular materials for the thermal mass is cob. What is cob? It's a natural building material made from clay, sand, straw, and water. It's literally earth-friendly and incredibly inexpensive, often free if you have the right soil. Cob has fantastic thermal mass properties, meaning it absorbs and radiates heat beautifully, creating that gentle, pervasive warmth. Plus, it's incredibly versatile for sculpting into benches, beds, or artistic designs. It's like nature's own superheater. Daniel used it, and it's a fan favorite for good reason. If cob isn't your jam, or you prefer a more traditional aesthetic, stone and brick are also excellent choices for the thermal mass. These materials have fantastic heat-retaining properties and can create a very classic, sturdy look. You might use recycled bricks, salvaged stones, or even river rocks. They can be more labor-intensive to work with than cob, requiring more precise masonry skills, but the results are undeniably beautiful and just as effective at storing and radiating heat. It's about finding the right material that suits your skill set and your home style. Both are winners. And for those who like a more modern, industrial look, or simply want a material that's readily available, concrete can also be used for the thermal mass. While it might not have the natural charm of cob or stone, concrete offers excellent thermal properties and can be poured into custom forms, creating sleek, minimalist designs. It's a heavier, more permanent option, but it still delivers that crucial long-lasting radiant heat. Just remember to use appropriate mixes and rebar for structural integrity, and ensure it's properly insulated from the hot core. Even modern materials can embrace ancient wisdom. Beyond just heating your home, rocket mass heaters often come with a delightful bonus: passive cooking surfaces or drying racks. The top surface of the thermal mass bench can become a warm spot perfect for slow cooking a stew, keeping a kettle hot, or proofing bread. Some designs even incorporate a small oven. And those long, winding heat channels can also serve as fantastic drying racks for wet clothes, herbs, or firewood. It's more than just a heater, it's an integrated survival station. Talk about multi-purpose utility. Still scratching your head about that $12 price tag? Here's how it works. That 55-gallon steel barrel? Often scavenged from industrial sites or purchased cheaply from recycling centers. The fire brick for the burn tunnel? Sometimes scavenged, or purchased used, or maybe you splurge a bit here. The stovepipe? Also often scavenged or secondhand. But the real savings come from the thermal mass: mud, sand, straw, literally dirt cheap or free. It's all about resourcefulness, creativity, and looking at waste as a resource. It's a masterclass in living within your means and outside the consumer system. And the fuel? Daniel's family simply walks their property and collects fallen branches, twigs, and deadwood. No cutting down live trees, no expensive trips to the lumberyard. If you don't have a wooded property, you might find fallen branches in local parks, with permission, of course, or ask arborists who are clearing trees. Scrap wood from construction sites can also be a goldmine. The point is, your fuel source is all around you, if you just open your eyes and get a little creative. It's a literal connection to the land, an embrace of its natural cycles. You're part of the system. That winter, I went back to Daniel's. It was even colder than before, the kind of cold that makes your teeth ache. But inside his home? It was warm, dry, and incredibly comfortable. He was wearing just a shirt, sitting on his heated bench, reading by the light of a simple lamp. The rocket mass heater wasn't just working, it was thriving. It was a tangible testament to resilience, efficiency, and common sense. No fancy gadgets, no massive bills, just pure, reliable warmth born from simple ingenuity. It passed the ultimate winter test with flying colors. What's even cooler? The rocket mass heater movement is a testament to community and shared knowledge. There are countless online forums, workshops, and even cob building parties where people come together to learn and build these systems. It's not a proprietary secret, it's an open source solution, collaboratively refined and improved. Daniel himself hosts workshops in his community, teaching others the art of heating with the earth. It's a wonderful example of how practical, sustainable solutions can foster connection and empowerment. Sharing is truly caring, especially when it saves you thousands. Is the rocket mass heater the future of heating? For many, the answer is a resounding yes. As energy costs soar, environmental concerns grow, and the desire for self-sufficiency increases, this ancient modern technology offers a compelling alternative. It's not just for off-gridders anymore, it's a smart choice for anyone looking to drastically reduce their utility bills, minimize their environmental impact, and gain a measure of energy independence. This isn't just about heat, it's about control, sustainability, and a return to sensible living. We need more solutions like this. So, what are you waiting for? If you're tired of being held hostage by soaring energy prices, if you dream of a cozy, warm home without the crippling bills, then it's time to explore the rocket mass heater blueprint. Start researching, join a community forum, watch more videos, and maybe even find a local workshop. The knowledge is out there, waiting for you. It might seem like a big project, but imagine the satisfaction, the warmth, the savings, and the incredible feeling of knowing you built your own independent heating system. It's truly empowering. Your journey to energy independence and a warm, comfortable home starts now. It's a path paved with ingenuity, resourcefulness, and a little bit of mud. But the destination? A home that's heated for virtually free, a lighter environmental footprint, and the profound satisfaction of connecting with timeless wisdom. Daniel and his community showed me that sometimes, the simplest solutions are the most profound. And in a world obsessed with complexity, perhaps that's the greatest lesson of all. The Amish rocket mass heater, $12 to heat your home forever. Think about that. Let's quickly recap why this matters so much. You get ultra-efficient heating that burns wood super hot and clean, costing you $12 for the build and practically free for fuel. It captures almost all heat, warming your home for days on a single load. It's a DIY-friendly blueprint, uses basic tools, and can be integrated beautifully into your home. Plus, it's an environmental champ, reducing deforestation and pollution. It's not just a heating system, it's a statement about how we want to live. A powerful statement. So, I'm left with one final question for you. In a world where everything seems designed to extract more money from your wallet, where convenience often comes at an unbearable cost, isn't it time to embrace a different philosophy? To look to those who live simply, intelligently, and sustainably? The Amish have shown us a way. The blueprint is out there. The warmth is waiting. What will you choose? Will you keep shivering with those bills, or will you build your own path to warmth and independence? The answer, I hope, is as clear as Daniel's calm smile. Now go build something amazing.